innovation is, okay? And you guys are going to just have to listen. Could you? I think youth are the future of innovation. Woo! I could stop there, that's the end of the talk. However, I really love the work of Simon Sinek. He taught me that every time you do something, start with why. So I'm going to tell you why. I'm not going to read you the slides, I think you're all capable. But that's what Kofi Annan said, okay? And what I do is people tell me I'm good at connecting the dots. But to tell, as Jobs said, you connect the dots backwards. So let's take a look back in history. It's just like, it's like show and tell at school, people. Look at these things, who knows what they are? The calculator, yeah? TV screen, technology behind TV. The first mechanical reaper ever created, that was commercially successful, by the way, and braille. Do you know that the oldest person when they designed this was about 22? Did you know that? Some of them were 15. Present day. Anybody know who this kid is? Yeah. Boy and Slat, yeah? Ocean cleaner. I'm not going to say a lot because I want to tell you about what we're up to. Anybody know Vivian Haar? Vivian Haar is a young girl who at 8 years old, 8, 9, saw this picture of two kids. These kids were carrying those stones and she turned around and went, they're my age. How can this be right? I am going to make a stand about this. She set up something called Make a Stand. In 365 days she sold lemonade, come rain or shine. She ended up being invited by the mayor of New York and somebody came and wrote her a great cheque and she made what she wanted to make and continued the company to eradicate things. So I'm going to tell you about it. Jack and Draker, know him? 13 years old, family friend, dies of pancreatic cancer. He starts exploring pancreatic cancer, finds out the main reason this happens is because late diagnosis. So a 15-year-old, he designs a strip, a cheap, effective, payable strip that you can dipstick for all different types of cancer. This young girl, most people don't know her. Her name's Veronica Scott. She was 20 years old. Hands up, I can't see your hand, so does anybody know who she is? Okay, so Veronica Scott was somebody who decided for a school project that she was going to design a coat that turned into a sleeping bag for homeless people and could be folded up and worn as a bag so that if they were at risk and not safe, they could actually wear that just on their shoulder and it wouldn't be stolen. Now, here comes the good shit. They're not chief innovation officers. Nobody's paying them any money. Why are these kids doing this? But then if you look at their, I thought, well, I want to know this, I want to explore this. Look at their mission statements. Lemonade Girl, as I call her, Vivian Haar. Each end child slavery, one bottle at a time, empowering children one day at a time. Veronica, the empowerment plan girl. Help build a better life for those who've become trapped in the cycle of homelessness. Jack and Drea, make something different and cool to change the world. So you can read all this and extract plastic. I don't know if you can see it, but the first dot I connected was, hang on, there's something about pushing humanity forward here. Now, I'm not going to make you get up and do your dancing and jumping because you've just done all that. What I am going to ask you is I'm going to ask you to all look inside yourselves and say, remember when you were a teenager? Young person, whatever you want to call it. Some of you, might be a while back maybe, but some of you it's fairly recent and some of you are still there, thank God. Now, I just want you to, because we haven't got time, I want you to look inside yourself and think of one word that you associate with that time in your life, okay? One of the words I associate with that time in my life is autonomy. It was something about having control. Now, in another previous life, I was a children's nurse, so for 20 years I've been studying growth and development and raising the voice of young people. I just do it in a different field now. And I wrote a research paper back in 2008 on adolescent autonomy as a key determinant of their eating behavior. If you ask me today, I've been writing a research paper on adolescent autonomy, a key determinant in innovation and entrepreneurial ventures. That's what I've been writing about. How many of you do this? Just every Sunday, you know. Believe it or not, this is my friend Jerry Kusoma. Jerry Kusoma is the pioneer of the Birdman suit. He owns a company called Birdman. Look him up, he's awesome. I asked him to send me a few photographs, he sent me this. Obviously, way better than my Facebook photo, I can't be. Now, risk-taking, okay? What I want you to focus on, risk-taking. One of the things we associate with being youth, okay, is this being invincible. We're too powerful to be defeated and overcome by anything. That's why we take risks. That's why we break the rules. Don't jump off the bridge, don't jump off the stage, Billy, fuck. I'm going. I bleep out the swears, I swear all the time. Now, I couldn't do a talk about the future of youth, okay, and the future of innovation and the youth's role in that without talking about education, right? I'm not going to do that either, because he's done such a bloody good job. So if anybody's interested, go and watch his talk. It's the top 10 talk watched, yeah? Oh, you can all clap, it's all right. What I'm going to tell you about education is the people who didn't complete their education, okay? I think you might know some of these people. You know, they're not that well known. However, all of them pushed the boulders and did things about it. Pushed innovation and pushed entrepreneurship, yeah? And not one of them completed education. This young lady here is called Amy Smith. I met her when she was actually at Bill Gates' panel at Grand Challenges, which is the annual conference thing he does. And she was talking about innovation and creating cultures of innovation. And what she said was, it's really interesting, when we innovate in developed countries, we're always focused on the end user. And yet, when we focus in developing countries on innovation, we kind of miss out the end user. And what she taught me was that, just from her talk and reading some of her work, was that the most successful innovation actually happens when you work with the people who can see the challenge as exactly as it is. Now, this is Ludwig Marchand. He was a school kid when him and his friends decided they didn't really like having to take the time out for a bath. So he produced this gel. Joking aside, you put that gel all over your body, it's the equivalent of cleaning all the germs off your body as if you've had a bath. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it does sound a lot when the only option you have is to wash in stagnant water and the bacteria and all those things are making the kids go blind then. These are the kids innovating the world. Now, looking at my time. What if? I think what and if are two of the most powerful words on the planet, and I use them all the time. What if we weren't just touching the tip of the iceberg? What if we got the whole submerged iceberg? Yeah? Because at the moment, my heart believes that we only touch the tip of the iceberg of the potential of these children and young people. What if we really put young people at the forefront of global change and innovation? What if we really empowered them? What if we were really inclusive? Now, I'm going to be really politically incorrect, so shoot me, okay? But what if it wasn't just the kids of the parents who are professors and can afford to give these kids those opportunities? Isn't that the iceberg? Isn't that the submerged part? Now, I'm not very good at following the rules, as you've probably gathered. So, I'm not going to tell you what I think the future of innovation is. I'm going to leave it to Doc Brown. As he told Marty, how many of you seen Back to the Future? Cult movie, great cult. He actually turned around and went, it's not written. I want you to read this. I think that, to me, symbolises the future of innovation. I want you to meet this young man. This is Kieran Goodwin. Last year, I think sometime towards, I can't remember what time of the year, he's found the English Channel. And then he decided that he got fed up of the whole world seeing young people as troublemakers and the way media portrayed them. He's just set up an organisation called the World Youth Organisation, and 17 years old, became the youngest CEO. I picked up the phone, rang him, I'm now his business consultant. That kid now has someone to pick up the phone to once a month and talk to and help him build his dream. He's also introduced me to another young man called Alex Choi. I haven't got his slide in because the confirmation only came in and I'm speaking to him Monday morning. He decided that he's got a technology firm, he's not even into his 20s yet, and he's turned around and he's now got a company where he's running the first ever teenage entrepreneur conference for teenagers by teenagers at Google campus in London. And I'm very, very privileged and humbled that I'm going to go and help these kids. This is the power I want to be able to tap into. That's not me.